Yeah, you know what it is. It's your boy Guess Who. You now tapped into Street Nerds Radio, the #1 station in the streets right now. Got to give a special shout out to our sponsors, Bright Future, Bright Everything. Make sure you go get them 4 episodes. Street Nerds Radio, make sure you subscribe to us. We got a special guest in the building. Man, sir, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
It's your boy, Sir Will. How y'all doing out there?
Man, I appreciate the opportunity you came up here, gave me. Let me talk to you. I like your energy already, bro.
Appreciate it.
So let's get familiar. You know what I'm saying? Where you from and how'd you grow up, Brody?
Yeah, man, I'm from Compton, California. So I think you can imagine how I grew up, you know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? Street environment, family environment. You know what I'm saying? When you come from the streets like that, it's, you know what I mean, close-knit group, you know what I'm saying? So everybody in our neighborhood, you knew everybody, you know what I mean, down the street, you know what I mean? Everybody next to you, your neighbors came outside, everybody came outside, you know what I'm saying? Your neighbor could give you a whooping, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. So growing up, how would you describe your childhood? Was you sports? Would you say you was more into the books? How was your childhood like?
Yeah, my childhood was, more sports that started off because my brother was like, I describe it like Boys in the Hood, Ricky. That's my brother. He was the football star. He was that guy, like, you know what I mean? You know, you don't mess with him because he got a future. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
My pops kept us heavy in sports, football, baseball, basketball, heavy in sports. And then you had this, the street gang elements. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, it's crazy to say it now that I'm older and more mature, but I was like, when I was a kid, I'm like, man, I want to be a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
what was the appeal for you?
Yeah, man. Well, the appeal was because the gangbangers had all the dope cars. They had the fly cars, the dope clothes. They had everything. All the females wanted them, and when they pulled up, everybody came outside, and they had all the respect. You know what I mean? That's the element that you saw, like, the dirty part, the grinding part, the parts behind the doors, behind the scenes that you didn't see as a kid. That's not what you thought about. You just thought about, man, he pulling up in the whip, he pulling up with the girls, he's pulling up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it was. That's what it really was.
Do you feel like it was hard to go the opposite way than that?
The reason why it was a little easier was because, you know what I mean, I was somebody that I had it right there in front of me with my pops and my mom and them trying to keep me out of trouble. I was, 2-parent household. So it was a little bit easier for me that my dad was in the house. A lot of kids where I'm from didn't grow up like that. So it was a little bit easier staying out of it. But my pops was a OG. My pops was a hustler. He was one of the original Pyrus, you know what I'm saying, from that. So he was a gangster too. So at that time, it was hard, him telling me, you know what I mean,
right,
not to be in the streets. But he was a hood dude, and my sister was in the streets, you know what I mean, things like that. So it was a little bit harder. But, you know what I mean, since me and my brother are so close, he made sure of it. You know what I'm saying?
What was the biggest or the best gem or wisdom that your father gave you?
It's not what you know, it's who you know. I live by that to this day. So, like, just learning that, you know what I mean, you could be the best at something. You could grind hard as you want. And then somebody could kind of move right past you because they got the connections. So what I've learned from that aspect is, you know what I'm saying, go hard as you can, grind as hard as you can, but network. You know what I'm saying? One relationship that you get and getting to know somebody, you know what I mean, might, catapult your career, you know what I'm saying, in anything you do, not just music, but just in life and normal 9-to-5 work.
So when would you say you fell in love with music?
Oh, that was easy. DJ Quik performed in front of my house. So we in Compton, where I'm from, we had a block party every year. So every year we have a block party, and this was one of those particular years that we had a surprise guest, and it was DJ Quik, and I was already a fan. You know what I'm saying? And it's dope because they had to hook up their equipment to my garage. So they had to, put the long extension cord,
Hell
you know
yeah,
what I mean, to the garage. And then he pulled up in this white van. You couldn't see nothing. And then, boom, he hopped out the white van, jumped on top of the van, and the whole hood just rocked it. You know what I mean?
Coming from an environment that you come from, there's a lot of talent that come from where you
Yeah.
from. Do them artists and do them folks interact with the community?
Yeah, 100%. Coming from where I come from, so much talent because it's so much hardship, right? It's like when you from those environments, you finding a way to kind of stay out of trouble. And a lot of times it's music. A lot of times it's sports. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's those things that that's like keeping them from turning and going down the wrong route. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much time spent on working on your craft. Like other people, you know what I mean, wake up one day, it's like, I want to rap. Or other people wake up and like, oh, I want to play sports. But where I come from, it's like, man, like this might be the only way out. At least that's how we think. It's not the case, but you don't learn that till you get more mature, right? But at that time, you're thinking it's the only way out. So, you know what I mean? That's why it's so much talent, because you're literally super young, spending all your grind, all your downtime on that.
When did you start writing music, or when did you get involved with making music?
Yeah, man. When I was 8, 9 years old and I saw Quik, I started writing. The raps were trash. You know what I'm saying?
Can you remember your first one?
I can't remember my first one, but I remember my first song that people listened to that they thought was good. It was called The Lil Most Wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the song. It's called The Lil Most Wanted. Because you know what I mean? We talking about something a little bit different when you from that era, from that neighborhood, from seeing what you seen. So you talking a little bit different. But I remember when I was around, like, I think about 12, I wrote that song and I started doing it at talent shows, family reunions, anybody that would listen, studios. My pops, you know, would have me going to these little hood studios rapping for people. I have my homeboy, you know what I mean? I'm talking about the biggest drug dealers in the city. He telling his dad how fire I am. His dad had me come up in the apartment, spit the song for him. He give me $50, and I'm with all the gangbangers, all the drug dealers, all in one room, and they got me rapping. You know what I mean? I'm giving my all, like it's like 30,000 fans. You know what I'm saying? So
what separates you from the rest? I know that nowadays there's a lot of people are trying to make music.
Yeah.
What separates you?
Well, what separates me, man, the authenticity of what is how I'm bringing it, right? Like, at the end of the day, I'm from the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? But as the more it goes, you're gonna learn that I'm not just a West Coast artist. Like, I did the homework, I did the 10,000 hours. Like, this is not me trying to do music because it's popular, right? It's not a popularity thing. It's about me. Like, I really bleed this, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, I studied the hoes, the Nas. I studied, you know, the newer cast, the J. Cole's, and you know what I mean? I studied that, and battle rap. Like, I'm a battle rap fanatic. Like, you know what I mean? That's why my wordplay is so good. It's because I study the battle rap bars. I study all of that. But the biggest thing is that I'm not just a rapper, bro. I'm you know what I mean? I was in mortgages. I'm in real estate. I know business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't say, hey, if I don't make it in rapping, I'm gonna be a bum and I'm not gonna do nothing else. I was kept running up a bag and making money in the corporate world too at the same time. So I think that brings in a little bit more of something that I have to talk about.
Being from a place that started gang culture, when you go to other places and see the influence that that culture had on everybody else, how does that make you feel coming from a place where that, you know, we see it only in movies? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy because you don't know how much of an influence it is until you actually visit those places and you actually see it. Like, then you're like, dang, like, but before, you know what I mean? Like, I come from primarily blood neighborhood. Like, my pops and my family, they all blood. So, Crippin' was popular, you know, because Snoop Dogg was, you know, he had the whole country crippin'. So like, I remember first time leaving outside of where I was from, and I kept hearing, like, just your normal little nerdy kids, dudes ain't doing nothing, you know what I mean? Talking about, cuz, what up, cuz? And I'm like, man, what is he talking about? Like, you know what I mean? You know, where I'm from, that's a problem. But it was like, it was popular, you know what I mean? Snoop Dogg made it popular, and so many people, you know, saying cuz and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, they've learned it, right? They're not just front no more. Like, they've learned it. It's serious. It's not just a game. Like, you gotta respect it. Like, now these gang cultures is serious. Like, you can go to New York. You can go, man, I know some people from Nebraska that'll get with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's serious everywhere now. So you gotta respect it. At first, in the beginning, you know, people from LA was just kind of like, you know what I mean? You ain't real. Like, you ain't from it. But now, like, they kind of learn the rules. They know what it really is. So, man, don't be playing. You could be out in Idaho, man, get your hat blown off.
Easy. So you done traveled a lot of places. You done had a lot of experiences. Yeah. What would be the biggest lesson that you would tell your younger self before you made the decision to want to get involved?
Well, the biggest thing is I wish I would have started traveling and moving earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you come from an area that is so compressed, like, you don't move outside of it. Like, where I'm from, like, it was, if I wanted to leave the block, I had to be with 5 people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of people from LA, from Compton, ain't never seen Hollywood. Like, it's a fact. Like, a lot of people ain't been to the beach. You know, you think we in Compton, LA, like, you right by the beach. Kids ain't been to the beach. So I just wish that back then I knew the importance of traveling and connecting and meeting people. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, I'm more open. Like, this is my first time out in Denver. You know what I'm saying? And like it was
What's
no
the experience
hesitation.
like?
Man, the snow, come on, bro. Like that's the first thing that got me. First thing listen, I almost slipped and fell twice almost. I'm like, these boots supposed to help, but they ain't helping.
So how long you been out here so far?
I've been out here since yesterday morning. Yep, man.
Have you got some good food?
So we went to where we go last night? We went a couple places. I forgot where we went. We went to a little bar spot. They had some fire chicken wings we had. We just went to this little breakfast spot literally just before we came over here. It was called Mimosas.
Oh, okay.
We just went from over there. It was a cool vibe. We was in Atlanta, and this is a spot called like Breakfast. Miami. It was a spot called Breakfast. I can't remember the actual name. But Breakfast Bitch, I think. Yeah. So we was out there, and it kind of got that same kind of vibe. So, you know what I mean? I've had a good time out here, man. I love her. I ain't know it was this many black people out here.
Hey, that's crazy. Hey, because when I go out west, I think that's the number one thing. A lot of people still think we cowboys. Or y'all
right?
y'all shooting shit.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? That's. But as far as you're coming, what is the biggest difference from where you from here? Because you know, Quik took a shot at us.
Yeah.
You get they want to be like Compton. So what would you say the difference is?
I would say it's the lingo, how we talk. It's a little bit different. Like right away when I hear somebody talking from here, I can tell that, you know what I mean, they're not from our way. You know what I'm saying? It's not anything. I don't think nothing's sweet. Right, that's one thing that I know. Like nothing is sweet. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where you from. You know what I mean? So, but it's just the lingo of how we speak the terms and how we say things. It's really what I've noticed, and just the fact that y'all just walk around in the snow, bro. I'm driving around, seeing dudes with no long sleeve on and no nothing. It's just normal, right? I would say y'all way harder than us because we had some snow where we at. We wouldn't even come outside.
You think so? You think so? As far as person from a place that made it, when you see Denver's music scene, what is making it for you?
Man, like
let me ask
I think the biggest thing is, right, people think making it is, you know, everyone knowing who you are everywhere. But that's not true, bro. You can make it and just be popping in your city. Like, to me, like, if you go to I consider making it if you go to your city or your region where you are and they ask, like, you know, who are some of the dope artists there and your names come up in that conversation. I think that's making it, right? If somebody comes up, like, out here, I can already say, got AP. I've heard his name a million times. You know,
AP, hey, shout out to AP.
You know what I'm
AP,
saying?
that nigga.
Meezy. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga.
I've been, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm hearing those names but several times out of everyone's mouth, like, I already respect it. And me being here, I've heard it, you know, before I got here because I'm tapped in with DJ K-Tone. I'm tapped in on Antonio. You know what I mean? I'm tapped in with people here out from Denver. So it already made me right away go listen. You know what I mean? Now I'm listening. You got a fan. You know what I'm saying? Even though I do this rap shit too, you got a fan. You feel me? So I see making it is just whatever your goals are. Like, that's how I see it, because there's people that got 10 million people that's listening to their records and stuff like that, and they still think there's way more for them to do. And there's somebody that got 5,000 fans and they think they the biggest thing popping. So it's all up to you, your interpretation of it.
Man, so before I got on here, I asked you to pick one song from YouTube that, you know, best represents you.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and introduce it so we get a live reaction to it, Brody.
Let's go. Yeah, this Sir Will. It's called Wait Up.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? What y'all be having today?
Let me get the half-pound of pulled chicken.
Pulled chicken?
Yeah, and let me do the fried chicken skins.
Fried chicken sandwich.
Shout out my manager, Tony Renee. She puts together all this right here. You know what I mean? This is her.
She directed it?
She directs. If you see me and it's a video, she directed.
Half a pound of brisket. Definitely gonna do half a pound of shrimp fried, and then I'm gonna do baked beans, smoked mac and cheese, seasoned waffle fries.
Yeah, that's my actor right there.
Some grits. Hey. Extra butter in it for me. And then I'm gonna do country potato salad.
Damn. Yeah, I just went broke.
Easy.
Yeah. That's for white chicks, just in case y'all didn't get the reference.
Nigga, don't play round me. Everything I smash AP. Step up in the game, looking round, all eyes on me. I remember when I started low key. Homie never play us. This rap shit is easy like a layup.
So you got the 3 Sir Wills right there.
Going crazy.
Tony Renee's idea right there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm actually lifting weights too.
Yeah,
so.
I'm like, he putting
I'm
that
lifting.
shit up right
I'm
there.
lifting.
That's LA right there.
This is actually in Phoenix. This is actually
That's
Arizona.
Phoenix. Okay.
Yep.
24 G's, nigga, right below my seat. Ride dolo by myself, and I don't need it next to me. If that Nina shit don't work, then I got Jesus on alert. Baby, tell me how you want it. Is it icy when you touch me? I'm bringing home another chick like, baby, you still love me? I'm running up the price there, nigga, take it from me. I'm a handsome ass nigga, but in a second it get ugly.
Yep, shout out Aaron Daniels. He the one did all the editing, you know, the crazy editing on the magazine, everything.
No scratches on the wheel, all my stakes is market price, and nigga, that's before the deal. Gotta get your weight up, nigga, don't play round me. Everything I smash AP. Step up in the game, looking round, all eyes on me. I remember when I started low key. Homie never play us. This rap shit is easy like a layup. Never stay down.
Yeah, little man beat me.
Yeah,
My arms were, hey, in my defense, I was just lifting weights for about 20 minutes.
How many times do I gotta show you niggas I'm the truth and it's insane? How many times do you never?
If you from LA, you remember that's why I got the scrunchy socks on. You know what I mean? I'm trying to bring them back.
Feeling like Pac, all these eyes on me, and I ain't even touched the top. Shorty says she want me now, but all I'm feeling like is
She really lifted me too. That ain't no effect.
I just stepped up in this bitch, price changed a few things. The inside of my whip, more buttons than Bruce Wayne. I'm insecure as fuck, that's why I keep like 2 chains. No response to you bitch niggas, that's my new thing. Man, I got my blinders on, no caution when I speak.
That's my brother made a little cameo.
The situation's ugly if you play me to the streets. I just walked up in this bitch and you can feel my energy. Gotta get your weight up, nigga, don't play round me. Everything I smash AP. Step up in the game, looking round, all eyes on me. I remember when I started low key. Homie never play us. This rap shit is easy like a layup. Never stay down long, I'm way up. Riding in the whip with a chick whose name I can't pronounce. I just spend it, I ain't checking my account. Lil nigga, get your weight up.
Hey, that's fire. Hey, that video is fire as hell.
I appreciate it.
Hey, so what your 2023 look like, Brody?
2023. So actually February 24th, if I can mention it now because it's happening. I'm about to release my new single produced by Drummer Boy. So Sir Will, yeah.
Hey, that Drummer Boy probably go. Hey,
you know what I mean? I took a trip down to Atlanta. Got with one of the greatest of all time, platinum producer. You know what I mean? Drummer Boy, and we went to work, and it was a good experience. And just seeing like how they work in Atlanta is different. It's totally different. Like, it was a great experience. But yeah, the next single, Drummer Boy, I got some big shows, really big show coming for Super Bowl, but I can't announce it yet, unfortunately. But you'll hear about it about 3 days before Super Bowl, who I'm opening up for. But it's crazy.
hell yeah. So where can they find you, Brody?
Yeah, man, everywhere. Spotify, you know, Apple Music, YouTube, everywhere, man. Instagram, I am Sir Will. You know what I mean? Look me up, man. I ain't hard to find, and I'm somebody you can reach out to, and I'm going to get back at you all day.
Man, for sure. Well, we appreciate you coming, Brody, all the way.
I appreciate it being out here, man.
Giving us that time, Brody. We do appreciate it.
Of course.
I want to shout out our sponsors, BrightEverything. Make sure you go like, share, subscribe. Unique Apparel. Make sure you go get that new apparel. Man, and we out of here, man. Appreciate you again, Brody.
Yes, sir. Woo!